So as you can see, I already have my action frames up and the 9 actions to buttons. So, hi everybody, welcome to lesson 4, 9 actions to buttons. So in this lesson, we'll use action scripts to assign actions to frames and buttons. Alright, so as you can see, I already have my action frames up and the panel, you can see it, it's open right now. You may have your action panel closed that may look like this at this point. So what you want to do is obviously just click here and open it up. If you don't see it at all, okay, if it's closed or not even there, you check on your windows and make sure you have actions opened up for you. Okay? Now, the other thing I want you to notice here before we get started is that this button's already been created. It already has a roll through stage and so on. This was done in lesson 3. You should have this button already created in its own layer. Okay? Alright, so let's get started. Make sure Signal is your first layer that's selected because we're going to add to that. We're going to put the actions in a separate layer. And always get into the habit of trying to put frame actions in its own layer. In this case, we're going to call it a stop movie, and I'm going to call it, when the book says just stop movie, I'm going to call it stop movie actions. So we're going to create a new layer. It says layer 21. Double click in there, and let's name it stop movie. I'm going to add actions to that. We're going to have more than one actions in there. If you see it like this, you can always move this over here if you want us to be able to see the whole layer. Just grab right here and just slide this over. Doesn't change anything, it just moves things over a little bit. It's still single frames and all that. But I can see the whole layer, and we can still see what we need to see here. So as you can see, if I move my playhead, the car moves. Let me close this out. The car moves. That comes up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put an action to this button, we're gonna put actions to the frame, and we're gonna put an action to this other button, the reset button. Okay? So I'm gonna move my playhead back over here. I'm gonna open up my action panels by hitting the F key F9. So that opens it up for me. Notice again, let's notice how this is laid out. If yours is laid out like this, it may be like this, you can increase the panel area by moving this up as you can see, or decrease it, whichever way you want to. Also, make sure that under this is selected normal mode. It may be an expert mode where you would have to type all the actions. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these ready-made actions on the side here. So I'm going to make this normal mode, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and let's get started here. To start with, I'm going to click on frame 1, which we see has an empty keyframe. It's a keyframe on there, but or I should say it's a blank keyframe. Okay, so we do have a keyframe here. We're going to add an action here. We're going to add an action over here. So on here, since our keyframe is already set, we're just going to click on that. And you'll notice up here it says actions frame. That's very important to always pay attention to, because a lot of times you think you're putting in an action frame, and you may be putting it in on the button. Notice when I click button, it says action button. Okay, same thing goes here when you're going to put action the button. Make sure you're not putting in an action on the keyframe. Okay, so like right now, go back and make sure if you selected the buttons, make sure you click back on the frame right here. So again, check out to make sure it says actions frame. All right. So if this is closed, by the way, it may look like something like this to you. You can click on this booklet and it opens up to actions, and then you want to open up to movie controls. The other way to go is click on here on the plus sign. You can click there, go to actions, movie controls, and then in this case we want to select stop. So I'm going to click. I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to do it the other way too. I'll show you also. So we have an action. So what happens here is that the playhead the event. So when the playhead that first frame stops the movie, then later on when we play the movie, then we're going to have when we start playing the movie, what it'll do is it'll play, and we want the movie to stop at frame 60 and not loop. So therefore, we need to put an action on frame 60. So I'm going to click on frame 60. Okay. So here I'm frame frame 1, click on frame 60, and let's add a keyframe. Notice there's no keyframe right here, so I'm going to hit F6. Notice right now it's blank right there. So when I click on it, nothing shows on here. There shouldn't be any actions on there. And I'm going to do it this way now. I'm going to double click here or I can drag it.